Well, so we've been driving around the Hyundai Creta for about 6 months in office. Now this car was with us for about 4 months and then Hyundai took it back for about a month. But we asked them to give it back to us. And when it was away from us for about a month, I really did miss this car. It really is a very good car. Now remember, this car won the Car of the Year award in 2016. And I have to say that it won it not without reason. It really is a very impressive car. And I have to say that this is the perfect urban SUV. And why do I say that? Well, simply because when you're driving in city conditions, in urban conditions, you don't need 4x4, which this car does not get. 4x4, in fact, users don't drive their SUVs off-road, then only 1 or 2% of those buyers drive those cars off-road. So this car really is the quintessential urban SUV, and in this video I'll tell you why it is such an impressive product. Well, so how has my experience with the Creta been over the period of the last 6 months or so? Well, I have to say it is one of the best cars, not only because it offers you a nice cabin, it has a very feel-good and very posh cabin, but also because of its engine as well as this gearbox. Yes, this gearbox really does take the hassle out of driving, and if you drive a lot in the city, this car is perfect for you. If you enjoy a big SUV, this is a very good SUV because it's got the right size. It's neither too big like the Mahindra XUV, neither is it rather small like the Ford EcoSport or the Vitara Brezza. So you always get decent space in the cabin, you get a big boot, and you also get good driving dynamics, and it does not feel like a compromised SUV in any way because, of course, as I just mentioned, it is the perfect size for the city. So it's a very good urban SUV, and that's the kind of SUV you want if you drive primarily in the city. Well, what you'll really like about the Hyundai Creta is the fact that you get a huge glass area all across. The glass area is very good, which gives you a sense of roominess and a sense of airiness about this cabin, and apart from that, it also gives you very good visibility, which means that finding that tight parking space below your building is a nice affair. Now, the Creta isn't the biggest SUV in terms of overall girth, and that's quite a good thing because parking this car in tight spaces is a very easy affair. And it also has, remember, this very nice and very big legible screen which offers you a reverse parking camera's view. So it gives you a good sense of where your car is and how far it is and the distance and those sorts of things. So parking this car in tight spaces is pretty good. It's also a nice car to drive on the highway as well as the city because it gets a 6-speed gearbox, remember. So that also adds to the flexibility. Now, we have been getting good fuel efficiency figures for this car. We've been getting figures in excess of 11 or 12. Well, it's really out on the open road that you realize what a fantastic car the Creta is and what fantastic dynamics it has got, especially with the engine. Now, no matter which engine you choose, the petrol or the diesel, both are very refined, but when it comes to overall driving dynamics, it is a very good car because it feels very stable. The steering wheel has very good feedback and good responsiveness, and the automatic gearboxes on both the diesel and petrol versions are pretty quick with it. Now, there is a little bit of lag in the Creta's automatic gearbox when you really want a very quick move up ahead, but that's only sometimes. It can take maybe a second extra to shift down, but apart from that, it is quite enjoyable to drive, and it is a nice car that you will thoroughly enjoy with your family. Well, there is a little bit of hint of body roll when you push this car into corners, and that is understandable because it is a decently sized as well as heavy SUV, so that's quite okay, but it's always manageable. And the grip level from the tires, as I just mentioned, is also pretty okay. It's not bad, and the tires don't break traction ever, which is a good thing. Braking also is pretty good, and it is also very confidence inspiring because the brakes on this car are very decent. And the best part, of course, about the Creta is its highway cruising abilities. You can absolutely sit in total comfort and total relaxation in these seats because the seats themselves are very comfortable, and at the end of a long journey you will come out of this car feeling refreshed and not tired in the least because this cabin has a sense of relaxation, which is also aided by that smooth and very refined motor. Well, now a lot of you will say that the Creta's diesel version is the better one to go for, and it is better in terms of overall fuel efficiency, no doubt. But for someone who is on a bit of a budget and does not really drive that often, drives lower distances, does not have to cover up 80 or 90 kilometers on a daily basis, the Creta petrol also is a very credible as well as sensible choice, especially in this automatic version.